Hey there, this is Tim Conley, your condo board chairman for Surf Tides. It is the 26th at about 11 in the morning, and I'm sending you this video update to go out with the minutes from our last meeting. First thing I'd point out on the minutes is it was a well-attended meeting, and thank you people for hanging in there. It was almost 2 hours, just so much business going on. There's two things with the chair's report, there's two things that I'm not directly involved in. Um, Although almost all others. But there is a committee looking into replacement for the spa, which it's not a hot tub, it's a spa, and they're looking into what our options are. I know it's a valuable amenity. There is some discussion about, the value of keeping it, but it's going to take some time. It's a big ticket item. And so that's going on, and I'm not really in touch with all of that. And then there's another committee determining the final color of the painting, and I'm keeping my nose out of that because I got a lot of other stuff going on. So, if you tune into the meetings, you'll be getting updates on those kind of committees. Um, the other one that's a little bit dormant, Lori Karambalis has been carrying the landscaping. I've started to express a little more interest in that because I'm here and I see it every day, et cetera. We know it's getting, beat up pretty good with the construction, but I would say that, by early spring, we would love to have a couple of additional homeowners and condo owners here involved in planning out our landscaping when all is said and done, because it will be done. But in the meantime, I was trying to come up with a Star Trek analogy. I mean, there's impulse power, there's, go to warp speed and, warp 9 point, what I don't know what comes after warp, but that's kind of where we are with the project here in the building. A bit of an information overload, um, but most of the information's good. So let me give you some of it. The place is all torn up. I'm going to attach a couple of pictures with emails to you minutes. As you can see here, there was damage underneath. I mean, you peel back the covering on a lot of things here, and it looks like that. Um, so all of the light fixtures, all of the vents, from the for the bathrooms and everything, they're all being replaced, sealed up, functioning properly. So it's nothing that we didn't plan for. There is, a little damage here, a little damage there. All of those were rotten, but that was all part of the budget. So there were over 20 workers on site this week. I know because, as you know, I live here, and it has been a beehive. And the foreman, his name is Richard. And boy, does he keep people going. One quick analogy. This could be a long video, make up for time. Um, I saw him hanging out around 5:30, quarter of six, and I'm like, you know, we were chatting, and he was, I could see him keep looking at his crews. And I said, what are you doing? Making sure they don't leave early? He goes, no, I'm making sure they leave. Some of these guys won't stop if I don't tell them to go, tell them to go. They just keep working. So the observed work ethic of people here, nobody is loafing. I mean, they're moving as quick as they can and effectively, especially on the west side of that. Um, on the parking deck, it is completely closed over. You've been notified. Communications officer for charter, Lisa, has been keeping everybody really well updated on that. It's closed for ceiling preparation. The goal is to reopen that by October 3rd, but I got a hint that it could take a little bit longer, and we will let you know. Keep an eye on your notices from charter. The basement is leakier than ever because all the temporary seals and gum and Play-Doh and everything that's been used to keep the deck from leaking into the basement, it's all been stripped off to complete. And and then if it rains, it's going to be pretty wet down there. So even if you're parking in the basement, consider what you're doing. And chips are falling because chips of cement, etc. And that's, once we finish the top, they'll do the bottom, etc. Um, the west side facing the ocean continues to be the priority of the whole project. All of the decks there are closed or closing. Most of them have been torn off. The railings are gone. Warning signs are up. You should see these guys out there. They're all rope harnessed to the wall as they take things down. At least as far down the building on the third floor as mine, they've put up the underwall. They've taken stuff out and put up more plywood. So there's some fresh stuff going up. We're not really in a big construction phase. We're in a destruction, but some things are getting fixed as they go and prepped as they go for final covering. ton of material all over the property. We've got heavy machinery. We've got piles of, plywood and wall and all that kind of stuff. So it is a work zone. The We ran into a problem I'll tell you about to get ahead of it. In the entrance hallways and the stairs, the existing carpet that's there, we're removing, we're putting down a durable non-carpet covering. But the carpet was glued on with something that contained asbestos. We found some asbestos in some of the drywall around the windows and slider doors. And we knew we were into about $36,000. We knew we were into a certain amount of money to remove that. Bottom line is we signed another contract. It's all coming out of the construction budget. We didn't spend any much money we don't have, but it's going to be about 90 grand to get that stuff off the property. And that's covered by our contingency. So we did plan for things that we didn't know were there. We had a big chunk of the budget dedicated to that. So we're not going over budget. I just want to get that out there. Um, on the other hand, on the positive side, we've had 36,000 budgeted for various things that we're not going to spend. So we've saved 36K by not doing some stuff that we plan to because we just don't need to. So all of that's in the balance. We get a report on that every Monday morning at 10 o'clock. Randy, the secretary, and myself, and last week, Nini, board member, signed in. The board is invited to sign in, and we go through line by line with the engineer and the um, uh, construction company as to what's being done and what's being spent and what's been ordered, et cetera, et cetera. So we're okay with that. Just want to, if you hear the word asbestos, don't freak out. It's being taken care of, and it was all budgeted for. You can see the treasurer's report if you like. If you have any more, I'm reading as you can see me looking down. Treasurer's report if you have any more concerns about, where we're at with basically the association budget, which is in good shape. So. Uh, that said, good time to not come to Surf Tides. On the other hand, come to Surf Tides. Join in the fun. Park downstairs or park on the street. I'm leaving it up to the rental management company when they're going to start taking reservations again, probably when we have parking again, and we'll go from there. Um, the only other thing I'd say is I'm just going to call up my minutes real quick from the meeting, see if there's anything I'm missing here. Um, just that we'll keep you updated through, the communications for the charter construction lease is doing a really good job. So watch that. Everything's posted on the doors. Not seeing any other big surprises. It's just kind of moving along. So, hope to see you at the next board meeting. We'll continue to keep you making progress here. We are on schedule, if not a little bit ahead on some stuff. And yeah, here's to working with you.